What's going on, everybody? This is Boss Hog RV, and we are here, College Football 25. I hope y'all had a good time with this game if you've been able to play it so far. This is 2.5 weeks in since the game released. I think early release, maybe even 3 weeks. I'm not sure at this point, but I've been grinding it. I've been grinding it offline, not recording any videos right now because I just wanted to play the game, play the Road to Glory, play Dynasty, learn the ropes of what we are doing. With that said, it's time for a Dynasty for the YouTube series. So, starting off, who are we going to be? Take your guess. I'll give you a few seconds. I've thought of this team. I'm like, this would be a good Dynasty to have, or to start with. So, I hope you guessed, but here we go. Let's see who I'm going to pick. All right, my choice for my first Dynasty on the YouTube is the Georgia Bulldogs. No, I'm kidding. In reality, Arizona State Sun Devils. Teams caught my eye. They've had a rough couple years after, Herm Edwards got fired, things like that. So they're going to start out as a 3-star program, 83 overall. Run a spread offense, 4-2-5. I'm going to just run their offense, the spread, and we're going to see what happens. So as we get in here, looking at the preview or the history of Arizona State, gives us to 2003. You can see they've had some successful seasons throughout here, but it's really since 2014, kind of when the Pac-12 started, they started kind of tailing off there. But this is a program that historically, they've won 3 Pac-10 conference championships. They won 3 Pac-10, Pac-12 conference championships in about 40 years of play. They were in the WAC. They started out. They've won some Fiesta Bowl, some Peach Bowl, so they have some history there. But also, they have some NFL players: Danny White, Terrell Suggs, Jake Plummer. So they have some guys. Brandon Ayuk recently, Vontaze Burfict recently. So they have some guys that make it in the NFL and have been very good players. So it's not a program that has just been completely not very good all time, but definitely one that has seen better days. So as we are Ryan Sun Devil, we're going to look to take over and get this program to the promised land. First thing I'm going to do real quick, I chose the recruiter archetype first. I just like choosing that one. It just helps me get better players. And then I'm going to use a point on the offensive line. Takes less time to scout. I think that's where everything starts. Without a good offensive line, you're not going to get much going. So that's what I'm choosing first, and that's what we'll run with. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Looks like offensive coordinator is kind of balanced as an elite recruiter for all that. So we're going to have even less time to scout some guys. Or he's an elite recruiter of the offense, so that's good to see. But he also has some of these. Master Motivator, get us some extra XP. And then Tactician, got some things there. I like the boost. I like the Tactician tree as well. Especially when you can boost run block and pass block and things like that. It's good. So I like our offense coordinators. Our defense coordinator looks like he's more of a mastermind versus a recruiter or a master motivator rather than a recruiter or tactician. But he does have some of the basic things. Just doesn't have kickers and punters take fully time to scout. But yeah, so we'll get some good bonuses there. And then Master Motivator. So he's at the second tier. A lot of injury recoveries and stamina. So I'll be good on defense, especially in the Big 12, where I'm sure they have a lot of no-huddle offenses. And I'm going to have to deal with that, which is going to be fun. So next I want to get into the roster that we have. And we are starting off at QB, the most important roster spot, you could say. We have a freshman quarterback, Sam Levitt. He's a transfer from Michigan State, redshirt freshman, looking to take over. He'll be our starting quarterback. The player taking the ball from Levitt will be in the backfield, Scatterbo, our highest rated player, 85 overall. He's a senior running back, transferred in from the Big Sky. We'll be looking for big things from him this year. So I might need some Arizona State fans out there to help me with some of these names because they're pretty interesting. They're tough. So looking at the offensive line, we got a veteran group. This is led by our center, Leaf Fatanu, number 79 right here. He's going to have to anchor this group. He's 81 overall, I think. So our highest rated offensive lineman. Flip to the defensive side of the ball now. Our best defensive lineman is just 76 overall, and that's Clayton Smith here coming off the left side. We're going to need him to get some pressure. He's pretty fast. Not the strongest, but you see he just runs by the right tackle and easily gets to the quarterback run, and you see some of that. Our strongest position group, you're looking at right here, these three safeties on the field. And we're looking at Kamari Wilson right now, number 5. He's 85 overall, our best overall defensive player. As you see, he lays the boom right here. But this is our strongest part of our defense is the safety specifically. So we'll be running some 4-2-5, get all these guys on the field, and hopefully get some big hits like that. So I'll just quickly go through the entire depth chart. So what I found is that Arizona State, a lot of players are not in the game. For example, Jeff Sims, the quarterback who's been at Georgia Tech and Nebraska, I'm assuming is supposed to be, well, he's not in the game, so I guess he's simulated by this Taylor McDougald guy. But if you're not in the game, I'm going to try to just like he's going to be third string. Trenton Bourget is a guy who started for Arizona State in real life last year. So he's going to be the backup for now. So that means we only have 2 quarterbacks. Hopefully Levitt can last for a while. He's 76 overall. Hopefully has some potential there. Scatabo is spelled by McCaskill, kind of a faster back. Scatabo is more of a power back. We also have some good halfbacks on the bench with some speed. At receiver, I didn't really highlight them. There's nothing too crazy about these guys. Just a lot of solid 91 speed, 90 speed. Some deep threats, some route runner. I guess they're all deep threats. Never mind. So we'll see which one can step up for us. Tight end, Harpole and Metier, real life tight ends. I did not see Mateo Santos on the active roster, so Harpole is going to be the second tight end. Metier obviously is going to have to be a big part of the offense. He's our best overall pass catcher. Offensive line, I kind of highlighted them, a lot of upperclassmen. Defensive line as well, juniors. Clayton Smith right here, highlighted. Defensive tackle, got some sophomores, some younger guys looking to make an impact. Linebackers going to be 4-2-5. We got a lot of linebackers, 4 middle linebackers, 3 right outside linebackers. Not going to be needed as much with 4-2-5, but it's good to have depth there. At cornerback, the Schumpert guy is not real, so he's going away. You don't get to play, sir. Yeah, our cornerbacks, our safeties are going to have to make up for our cornerbacks. Pretty much all I can say there. And then also added to our other safeties, Shamari Simmons. And then we got Kamari Wilson and Xavier Alfred. Like I said, these are our highest rated position group. We're going to need them to play and make an impact, even though they're at the back end of the defense. Kicker and punter, they're not real people. So yeah, now I'm back here at the main menu. We went through the roster, gone through the coaches, and so we got some stuff to work with. Now I'm going to do some recruiting. I'm going to have some rules set for me. So what I'm going to do is look at my team needs. So I have 23 total seniors. So I'm going to do 23 plus 3. So I could sign 26 players because I want to keep, I don't want to just cut players because they're the worst players, you know. I'm going to keep it kind of realistic. So that's kind of my plan there. We are a 3-star program. Another thing I picked Southern California as my coach pipeline. I'm not sure what Arizona State's pipelines are. I guess we're going to find out here, but this is kind of what we need going into the year. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to do 23 plus 3, so 26 players is all I can sign. And that's how many scholarships I'm going to offer. I'm not going to offer 35 just because they're out there. I can recruit guys if I don't have scholarships on them, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add some guys to the board, and we're going to be scouting. We have 750 hours, which is not too bad. We should be able to get a pretty good amount done. I'm curious to see what kind of prospects are interested in Arizona State coming out. But let's look at my school real quick. So I feel like Arizona State, yeah, campus lifestyle. I've heard Arizona State's a pretty big party school, but has a nice campus, things like that. Yeah, if you're an Arizona State fan, you go to Arizona State, whatever. Let me know. Give me some more info about Arizona State. I'm always willing to learn. But some of these, at least campus lifestyle, that's a good bonus for us. It doesn't improve by user action, so we're gonna have a good start there, kind of like academics. Academics not the worst, B prestige, so that's something we can work with. Stadium atmosphere, obviously we can make better. Athletic facilities, gotta get our team prestige up, but brand exposure, more televised games. So we already have a good start on a lot of these things, but like I said, now I'm gonna try to fill up my board and see what I can find. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to search for all guys within the top 10 that have any interest in me. And immediately a 5-star defensive tackle is interested in me. Wow. So I don't need defensive tackle, although I lose 2 seniors. So I think I would like to make up one of those. Oh, wait, they're right tackles. Wait. No. Let's reset. Nice. I'm going to put him on the board. I'm putting, if they're interested in me right now, I'm putting him on the board. Jameson Blum. So it looks like we got some kind of California boost. We're a 5-star pipeline. Wide receivers are needs. Agile athletes. So this is like looking like an offensive lineman. I'm always for that. I'm just going to go down here. Man, a lot of 4-stars interested in me. Okay, I'm back. Nothing too crazy. So I got 16 scholarships out based of all the people I was scouting, and you can see who the main guys are that I found. Some guys labeled as bust, but when I look at this receiver, for example, actually I don't have him offered. I got a Jim, Greg Nealon. Bump him up here. We need a lot of linebackers apparently. Glenn Darnold, a bust lineman, but look at the impact block and the lead blocking. 88 strength. So for a guard, it's kind of what I want. It says bust, but his attributes aren't too bad, but I think it more has to do with his development trait. Then you got Jamie Vizcaino. You see he's like a better even version of this guy, the Glenn Darnold, but out of New Mexico. Has some good abilities, I think, so he could be a real star for us. Anyone else? Paul Ali, quarterback. That says a gym bust. I think I need a couple quarterbacks. But look at his abilities. The extender ability, I found I really like that one from what I've seen. 78 speed, 88 throw power. He's not like a crazy scrambler, right? But we'll see what he comes out. I also have another quarterback I offered. Nelly. Kind of the opposite. 92 throw power, 91 speed. Has some good abilities. So I think these are 2 I want to go after. But this is who we're starting off with. So my strategy is going to be invest a lot of points in the guys I really want. Sit in the house based off how many points we have. Try to get some of these guys and we'll fill it as we're progressing along. Finally, looking at custom schedules. I'm going to keep the schedule the same for Arizona State's real life schedule. So Wyoming at home, Mississippi State at home, at Texas State. Then we get to go to the Big 12, which is an interesting fit for Arizona State. So we got 3 non-conference games and then 9 conference games. So, and then Arizona to cap it all off. Obviously, we got to play them. Utah's also added to the Big 12 now. So they got some ranked teams in the Big 12. Look at this preseason. None of the top 10 teams, but should be a solid conference. So I'll close it out showing off my settings. So what I'm doing, Coach XP, is at slower. 10 minutes, quarters with 20-second minimum play clock. I found that's a pretty good representation in my opinion. All right, my sliders for the Dynasty. I got these off Operation Sports. And these are just the XP sliders that your players will get. I'll post the links down in the description for these sliders. I'm using the armor and sword sliders and penalties and fatigue. I found those are pretty good. Like I said, I'll post a link down to those. Yeah, so this is what it's looking like. Injuries up to 52. Fatigue at 60. Penalties. So we're going to see penalties. Roughing the kicker. At this point today, they released a patch to fix the roughing the kicker. But if I see it happening, especially if it affects me, I might turn it off like I have before, because I think it's kind of, they happen too often. Even the computer, I've declined penalties because I don't think they should happen. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe to this video, and as you'll see more come out. Any Arizona State fans, like I said, give me the history of Arizona State. Let me know how to pronounce some of these guys' names. But like I said, we're going to try to use the real players, not the generated, because there's a lot from what I've looked at on the roster. But next time we'll get into week 0, get into our first game, and we'll take it from there. But thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.